Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors, working on my speed. That's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Parkview Field in downtown Fort Wayne. This is the Parkview Sports Medicine Baseball Classic here on SummitCitySports.com. I'm Thad Goff, joined by Steve Orth for a Northeast 8 conference matchup between the Norwell Knights and the Leo Lions. Now, Norwell, they come into this game at 7-5. Not quite as good a record as what Leo has. However, Norwell has plenty of power hitters to go around. The guy leading them in RBIs right now is Drew Jolly with 15. He's also got 3 homers, and Caden Castle has 12 RBIs and a homer. Dylan Chisholm's also hitting the ball very well. However, he won't be in the batting order today. He's the starting pitcher, and he will be DH'd for. But if you look up and down this Norwell lineup, you will see that there is plenty of power at the plate, but also plenty of talent on the mound as well.
Yeah, Chisholm pitching today. He's 2-1 on the year, 4 appearances, 20 innings pitched, 13 hits, 11 runs, 6 earned, 7 walks, and 24 strikeouts. So high leverage pitcher that can strike guys out. And I think the nice thing about Parkview Field is it's a large field. So you put it in the gaps, you can be running for days.
Yeah, we've seen several moments at this ballpark where guys will hit it to the gaps, and, the infielders, they play in probably regular depth at a normal high school ballpark, but because there's so much outfield, a quote-unquote pitcher's park as far as high school is concerned turns into a hitter's park, or should I say a base runner's park, as hitters can turn doubles into triples. Now, the Leo Lions, they do have the better record, 6-1 overall. They got plenty of guys who can hit the ball, including Nolan Butcher, the son of St. Francis head coach Dustin Butcher. But you also look up and down the lineup, and you see that Dominic Renneker is hitting 500 on the year, and that's in 25 plate appearances. Grant Robinson's chipping in 6 RBIs, a 389 average. And then you also look at, I believe it's Colson Abbott, who's also having a great season, batting .429 this year. He's the leader in RBIs with 8. He has not yet homered this year, but he does have 2 doubles.
Yeah, and pitching tonight for Leo is Andrew Rothbun. And Rothbun on the year, he has thrown 3 appearances. He's got a 6.18 ERA, so both sophomores on the mound tonight. 5.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 8 walks, and 11 Ks. So, both these teams, it's been a rainy April. So, like last night, they probably got rained out because we had rain last night. And so it's really thrown off probably pitching rotations all year, just trying to get the mix going. And so you kind of feel like, you're a month into the season and you've only played 6 games. That's kind of rough.
Yeah, as I recall, Leo was not scheduled to play last night. Norwell was scheduled to play at Concordia, but not surprisingly, the game was rained out and possibly rescheduled for later. Being a non-conference game, it's hard to reschedule those sometimes, but possibly they'll get to play later this year at historic Masucci Field over at Concordia. Meanwhile, if this game should get into being a close game late in the ball game and get into the bullpen, it's just a question of who has the advantage at that point, because Leo, they seem to have fixed some of the bullpen issues going by at least the score totals that they've given up. Only gave up 2 runs in Game 2 of a doubleheader to Angola. Gave up 3 runs to Carroll. They blew out Carroll 15-3, and they beat a Woodland team that's playing really well 10-3. But in the only loss for Leo this season, they had a 5-run lead in the 7th, and Angola came all the way back in the first game of that doubleheader, scoring 8 runs in the 8th, and Angola won the game 11-8. And last year, especially late in the season, there were games where Leo would build up a lead, or especially late in the regular season, they would build up a lead and wouldn't be able to hold it, or at least they would be able to hold it, but not without giving up a few runs and making the game close late in the ball game. It happened against Huntington North in the doubleheader, where they won the first game but lost the second. It happened against DeKalb, where the Lions held on for the win, but lately it seems like they've been doing a better job holding the leads and getting the run support that they need. Norwell has great pitching up and down the roster. That doesn't mean they're going to be able to hold this Leo lineup at bay, because it is a really good Leo lineup that they're having to face, but Norwell does have great hitters all up and down the lineup. They are announcing the starting lineup for the Norwell Knights. They're about to announce the starting lineup for the Leo Lions. That's Dominic Redeker heading out onto the field. Now, that is the third base dugout that you're looking at, which normally serves as the visiting dugout. However, Leo is the home team, and that's indicated in part by Dominic Redeker heading out to shortstop right now, as well as the whole Leo starting lineup that's on the field heading out onto the field. So kind of an unusual situation, but we have seen it here before, and it shouldn't be anything that throws off a baseball game. It's usually each team decides at their own ballpark which is the home dugout and which is the visiting dugout.
You know, this is a conference game, so it's a big matchup for both these teams, looking to win the NE8. So both these teams are in the mix, and since it's so early on in the season, it could be interesting. You know, Leo's only played 6 games, whereas Norwell's played 12. So 6-game advantage for Norwell. So they've kind of worked out all their kinks and had a lot of ups and downs, and we'll see how this game plays out on a big stage here tonight.
We've got the national anthem, so we're going to take a quick pause.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, we have had the national anthem, and we're just about ready for baseball. I'm going to go ahead and read you the starting lineup for the Norwell Knights. Second baseman Will Case will lead things off. He'll be followed by Noah Shamerlow, the center fielder. Caden Castle, the shortstop, bats third. Catcher Trey Privet bats cleanup. Third baseman Drew Jolly bats fifth. First baseman Noah Clark bats sixth. Designated hitter Hunter Kurtz bats seventh. Left fielder E.J. Morgan bats eighth. And right fielder Cade Thornton rounds out the batting order for the Norwell Knights. For the Leo Lions, they do have Colson Abbott at first base. Tanner Reynolds is the starting second baseman. Dominic Reneker is the starting shortstop. Patrick Drudy is the starting third baseman. Max Schrock is the starter in left field. Grant Robinson is the starter in center field. And Colton Mitchell is the starter in right field. The catcher is Nolan Butcher. And the starting pitcher is Andrew Rathbun. Get our scoreboard back up. On the season so far, Leo comes into this game at 5-1 overall. They do have wins over Carroll and Woodland. The one loss, they had a 5-run lead going into the 7th against Angola. Lost the first game of a doubleheader by 3, but they came back to win the second game. And Angola's kind of had a better start to the season than you might expect. This batting order for Norwell sees Will Case, who's batting .444 on the season. 5 extra base hits, 4 doubles and a triple. And again, we've seen doubles turn into triples several times here at Parkview Field. Butcher has thrown down, and we're just about ready to start game number 1 of our doubleheader. Our second game is between Blackhawk Christian and Lakewood Park. 2 private schools, Blackhawk Christian, of course, right here in Fort Wayne, and Lakewood Park over in Auburn, Indiana. Here is Will Case to start things off for the Norwell Knights.
Norwell likes to run when they get on the bases. They got 22 stolen bases on the year, so they're going to be aggressive.
We are underway, and that is laced up the middle for a single by Will Case. He starts his day with a knock.
Yeah, excellent approach at the plate. Just took that first pitch fastball and drove it right up the middle.
Now the guy coming to the plate, Noah Shamalo, does have some good power to him. Hit a few home runs last year. I had Norwell's doubleheader against Guerin Catholic. I believe it was game 2 of that doubleheader where Shamalo went yard. Left-handed batter takes ball 1 downstairs. Now Rathbun does have an ERA over 6 on the season.
He is a lefty, so it's a lefty on lefty here. Case has 3 stolen bases on the year, so watch him at first base.
Swing and a miss. That was a big cut.
That was a great pitch by Rathbun right on the inside corner.
Case continues to widen his lead at first. They had Shammerlow squaring to bunt there.
Yeah, he pulled it back. The pitch was on the outside edge, just off the plate.
Looks to swing it this time, but takes up and away. Kind of a color rush game going on here. Norwell's wearing their gold uniforms. Leo's wearing their black uniforms. Ball 4.
Yeah, it was interesting. They were really staying away from him. The last 3 pitches were all outside, hopefully he would chase them.
Instead, it's runners on first and second for Caden Castle. Batting .350 on the year. He has homered. And he has 12 RBIs this season. He's 3rd on the team in that count. Again, Dylan Chisholm is not in the batting order today for Norwell, even though he's hitting very well. He's the starting pitcher. And head coach Christian Bohada choosing to DH for him.
Yeah, swing and a miss there on a first pitch.
A balk has been called. So the runners are going to move an extra 90 feet.
Sometimes on a big stage, the nerves get you, and it got him there.
And I'm not sure if he just moved his back foot when he wasn't supposed to. You're not supposed to move your back foot before you move your front foot as a pitcher.
I do believe that's what he did.
Christian Bohada giving the signal out to Shammerlow at first base. He walked right after the leadoff single by Will Case.
Castle's a senior. He's got 2 runners in scoring position here, looking to get the Knights on the board here in the top of the first.
Infield is in for the Lions. Looking for a play at the plate. That's a swing and a miss. It'd be strike 2 either way.
Yeah, it was off speed right there. Caught Castle off balance.
Rathbun trying to settle in here. He's ahead in the count, 0-2, but dealing with a dangerous hitter. Upstairs.
Yeah, came back with a fastball. Up and away, trying to get him to chase.
You got to think any ground ball to the corner here, the throw's probably coming to the plate. And that's out of play. Not quite in our direction. Probably landed either short of the concourse or just onto it.
I was hoping our cameraman Matt would have grabbed it one-handed. It's in his reach.
He puts on his go-go gadget arms. He's got a chance. Swing and a miss. Big time strikeout there for Rathbun.
Yeah, that was great execution right there, up and out, and he got him to chase.
Well, you probably saw Trey Privet on the basketball court. He also plays baseball, and he's coming to the plate right now for the Knights.
Yeah, he's hitting 376. 14 hits on the year, 4 RBIs. He's got 2 out there right now that he could drive in.
Did he go? It didn't look like it. I think they're going to say he did.
Yeah, the home plate umpire is going to make the call and say he did swing through on the check. Coach Rogers bringing the outfield in a few steps.
He's got Schrock back in left field. He's the deepest guy, perhaps anticipating a pull. There goes the run. It's a suicide squeeze. That run's going to score. The tag is applied by Abbott. So it's a sacrifice RBI bunt for Privet, and the Knights strike first.
Yeah, excellent execution right there on the suicide squeeze. The runner came as soon as he showed bunt, and he executed it and put it in a great location.
Well, here's Drew Jolly having an outstanding season. He's homered 3 times this year. He takes a first pitch strike.
Now with 2 outs, can Norwell execute and get another run in here in the top of the first, already leading 1-0.
Jolly is the leading run producer for these Knights with 15, swing and a miss. That pitch kind of tailed away towards the end.
Yeah, he's got an 0-2 count right here. He's got to choke up and battle anything near the zone.
Swing and a miss. Well, the Knights do get a run out of that threat. Leo's able to limit the damage. And speaking of which, I'll go ahead and show you the replay brought to you by the good folks at Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. This is the only run of the game thus far. But, Steve, I believe you just said it. It was very well executed. Case got a good jump on that suicide squeeze. Privet's job was to get the bunt down, and he did, and Norwell makes sure that they make that scoring chance count for something, and it did.
Yeah, and what's tricky is when you got a lefty on the mound, he can't see that runner on third taking off, and so it's an excellent move as a coach to use that suicide squeeze with the lefty on the mound.
Well, here's the lineup for the Leo Lions. They've got Nolan Butcher, the catcher, leading things off. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Grant Robinson. Shortstop, Dominic Reneker bats third. First baseman, Colston Abbott bats cleanup. Third baseman, Patrick Drudy bats fifth. Jaden Keeler, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Tanner Reynolds, the second baseman, bats seventh. Right fielder, Colton Mitchell bats eighth, and batting ninth to round out the order is Max Schrock. And how fortunate are we that I was able to get a picture of Gary Rogers' lineup before this game, because you will not find the name Max Schrock on the lineup if you were to come to the ballpark and get a copy of the roster. But he is on Gary Rogers' lineup, and he is starting today in left field. Meanwhile, here's the defense for the Norwell Knights. Noah Clark is the first baseman, Will Case the second baseman, Caden Castle the shortstop, Drew Jolly the third baseman, E.J. Morgan is the left fielder, Noah Shamerlow is the center fielder, Cade Thornton, the son of Eric Thornton, is the starting right fielder, Trey Privet is behind the dish for the Knights, and Dylan Chisholm on the mound for Norwell.
Yeah, Chisholm, 2.10 ERA. He's 2-1 on the year in 4 appearances. Giving up 13 hits, 11 runs, 6 earned, 7 walks, and 24 strikeouts. He's leading the Knights in strikeouts.
And again, it'll be interesting if this game gets to the bullpen on either side, because Norwell has good pitchers all up and down the lineup, it seems. Leo, they've seemed to have done better as far as holding leads is concerned and getting adequate run support. But they've had their games this year and last year where games have gotten away from them. First pitch swinging for Nolan Butcher. Clark gives chase, so does Case, and that is just going to reach the seats. It'll bounce into the Huntington University Picnic Pavilion. Butcher's lucky that ball landed out of range. Now, Butcher can drive the ball. We've seen that plenty of times from him. He's the only Lion this year to have a home run. That was a 3-run shot that ultimately walked it off against Carroll. It was the bottom of the 6th. Leo was up 12-3 at that point. 3-run homer put him up 12. and put the game to rest. This one's lifted to left field. Jolly and Castle giving chase. Morgan comes in. It's his call and his catch. And good job by Castle to make sure he didn't get in Morgan's way.
Yeah, he did lose his hat, but he did catch the ball. Couple loose hats out there.
Yeah, hat's not as important as finding out number one, which is exactly what E.J. Morgan did, as Grant Robinson, the center fielder, will step to the plate for the Lions. Grant Robinson batting .389 this year, 6 RBIs. Colston Abbott's the leading run producer. He's 2 batters away.
Yeah, Leo's really attacking that first pitch. Both batters swinging right away on that first pitch fastball.
Now, while Norwell does have good pitching up and down the lineup, Leo certainly has plenty of great hitters that if this game remains close and they're in striking distance, even if the game's gotten to the bullpen, the Lions certainly are capable of getting to Norwell's bullpen.
That pitch was outside, so we're even at 1-1.
The 1-1 on the way, and a good eye by Robinson. You may remember last year's sectional semifinal where Leo was down, I believe it was 10-8 going into the 7th inning. They got ultimately 3 runs, including the walk-off homer by Luke McDonald, who's now at Taylor. I think Luke's having a pretty good season these days.
2-2 count now, 1 out. Robinson's got a battle here.
Butcher just flew out. The first out of this first inning. The bottom of this first inning, that is. Ground ball hit towards second. Case plays it on a hop and makes the play.
That was a hard hit ball right at the second baseman. You know what's nice about Parkview Field? You're not going to get too many bad hops here. You know, as traditional high school fields, sometimes, you know, you get some bumps, you get some big lips. You're not going to find that here at Parkview Field.
Dominic Reneker heading to the plate for the Leo Lions. Reneker's a senior, batting .500 on the year, and that's in 25 plate appearances. So it's not that the numbers are deceiving. He's been consistently in the lineup and hitting consistently at the plate. But he takes a first pitch strike and a nice breaking ball from Chisholm. On the ground towards short. Castle's got it. Long throw in time. And 1, 2, 3 go the Lions in inning number 1. So it's time to head on to the second inning. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching high school baseball on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
To the second inning we go. Well, so far the Norwell Knights have the lead 1-0. They got runners to second and third in the top of the first inning. And the sacrifice bunt, the suicide squeeze by Trey Privet, got him on the board. And even though Leo was able to put the ball in play on all 3 at-bats in the first, the Knights get the outs as Noah Clark will lead things off for the Norwell Knights.
And you know, Thad, the big play in that first inning was the balk. It moved the runners to second and third and put them in scoring position.
Clark, Kurtz, and Morgan set to hit for Norwell here in the second inning. That pitch is called a ball, maybe was up or outside just a little bit.
Clark is hitting .238 on the year.
That one almost hits him.
2-0 for Clark. He's got 5 hits, 6 RBIs.
He is a sophomore. Bats right and throws right. Starting at first base today. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, the bottom half of the lineup for the Norwell Knights is sophomore, and freshman, so it's a very young squad at the bottom.
Got Hunter Kurtz on deck, and I'm just guessing perhaps that's a relation to Norwell girls basketball player Mia Kurtz, as this ball is fouled out of play. I think Mia played mostly JV for Norwell last year, but times I talked to Eric Thornton, he was pretty high on her as a ball player. Speaking of Eric Thornton, his son Cade is 9th in the batting order for these Norwell Knights.
2-2 count here on Clark.
Rathbun's pitch is on the corner for a called strike.
Yeah, that kind of curved right back in to the zone. Caught Clark off guard, and it's a called third strike. Good pitch there by Rathbun.
Now, Rathbun was able to limit the damage to just 1 run in that first inning. He's hoping to ride that momentum further into the ball game, but his first pitch to Hunter Kurtz is upstairs. Kurtz batting just .071 on the season. Does have an RBI, but he comes up with nobody on base. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball.
1-1 count.
Of course, Norwell and Parkview Field shares a little something in common. Josh Van Meter, the former Norwell Knight, played for the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. I believe he's still running the PSM Baseball Academy, the brand new PSM Baseball Academy, and that pitch hits Kurtz right on the shoulder. He'll take his base.
Yeah, Rathbun made a mistake there. He was way ahead in the count and tried to come inside on Kurtz and got him right on the arm.
E.J. Morgan coming to the plate. A sophomore batting just .167 on the year, but he comes up with a man on base.
That's the third hit by pitch for Rathbun this year. Look for maybe a bunt here potentially.
He was looking for a pitch to hit, Morgan was, and he takes it outside. Throw back to first, and just diving in safely is Kurtz. Kurtz had some happy feet over there at first.
Yeah, lefties are tough reads on the base pass. You see a lot of guys getting picked off.
That ball does catch the corner on a good pitch from Rathbun. Again, trying to settle in. Only gave up the 1 run in the first inning despite the threat. Probably looking for a ground ball, you would think. He'll get one, but it's foul.
Yeah, it makes it a 1-2 count with 1 out here.
And Christian Bohada didn't have to walk very far. So that ball traveled all the way to the the Leo dugout. And that third base dugout is usually the visitor's dugout, but Leo's using it as the home dugout today. That one's inside. And the count goes to 2-2.
Eli Morgan right on top of that batter's box, right on the plate.
There goes the runner. Line drive, foul ball.
Big play right there, hit and run. If that falls in play.
If that falls in play, it's a run on the board.
Yeah. Although Kurtz went sliding into second, so he would have had to get back up and get his legs going. Good fight here by Morgan. 2-2 count here, 1 out.
Again, only batting .167, but this is a chance for a young hitter.
Oh, Matt.
To really improve.
That's you, Matt. Come on.
Matt Jackson, our cameraman out there in the stands. It's very close to us. 2-2 the count here on E.J. Morgan. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout this frame for Rathbun.
Yeah, Rathbun really dialed that in right down the edge of the plate there, a fastball, and he got Morgan to swing.
Cade Thornton, the 9-hole hitter, comes to the plate for the Norwell Knights. Flared into shallow left center. Drifting back is Reneker. It's his call and his catch.
Yeah, the University of St. Francis commit makes the catch and ends the inning for the Leo Lions. And we go to the bottom.
That's a big out, big inning for Leo, considering they gave up the 2 base runners there in that first inning. Rathbun bounced back, and this time Rathbun, again, had to settle in after hitting a batter, but he gets the strikeout and then gets the routine pop-up from Thornton.
Yeah, so they'll go back to work at the plate. They had some good looks in that first inning. We'll see if they can continue to swing it and get some runs on the board.
Be back in 40 seconds here on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, it's not easy to set Leo down 1-2-3 in an inning, but that's exactly what Dylan Chisholm did in the first inning. He'll face the middle of the order with Colson Abbott, Patrick Drudy, and Jaden Keeler. Abbott the leading run producer, but he comes up with the bases empty.
Yeah, hitting .429 on the year.
8 RBIs, he takes the first pitch strike.
Chisholm getting ahead on that outside corner.
Judging by his frame, you might say a right-handed Landon Ruoff. Landon Ruoff now at Indiana Wesleyan, but he was a really good power hitter for these Lions for the last few years.
That was a great block by Trey Privet on the ball in the dirt.
Swing and a miss. With an outside fastball, and Chisholm got the whiff.
Yeah, Abbott couldn't catch up to it. Some heat on that.
That one's even more outside, 2-2. Wind is blowing out to straightaway center field. Just judging by the flags out beyond the right field foul pole. Out behind the right center field fence. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Chisholm, his first of the day.
Yeah, a nice pitch on the outside corner with some high heat and leverage. And Abbott was behind on all 3 fastballs.
Here's Patrick Drudy. Drudy, an .091 hitter on the season. Now, he was one of the better hitters for the Lions a year ago. At this point, Leo is just playing their 7th game of the season. Right now looking to get the bats going. Every hitter in the first inning for Leo put the ball in play, but none was able to get on base.
Yeah, Drudy only has 1 hit on the year in 23 plate appearances, 11 at-bats.
That is on the corner for a called strike.
He does have a good eye. He's walked 9 times this year. That's the most of any Leo Lion. So he does get on base.
Here's the 1-2. That was another good eye, 2-2.
Yeah, Chisholm really dialed in with that fastball. High and away. That's his go-to pitch to try to put the batter away.
Upstairs, Drudy has worked the count full. Jaden Keeler, the DH, waits on deck.
Full count here for Drudy. Can he draw his 10th walk of the year?
He just did. Well, the Lions have their first base runner of the game. So that takes away the perfect game bid. And that'll send Jaden Keeler to the plate for Leo.
Keeler 3 for 6 on the year. 5 RBIs, 1 double.
He's had just 8 plate appearances, but gets his chances at DH, and he takes a called strike.
Chisholm starts him off the first pitch fastball, low and away.
Drudy increased his lead at first just a little bit. Continues to increase it. Oh, that is an inside strike.
Yeah, if we were in the majors, we might have seen a helmet tap there. Batter didn't like it.
Challenge. It's not really old. It's first year in use for Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss. Chisholm battles back to strike out Keeler.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard when you're a batter and you get caught off guard by a pitch you don't think's a strike, and it gets in your head, and then you're hitting from behind, and it's tough to hit from behind unless you make an adjustment.
Tanner Reynolds, the second baseman, will stand in. Reynolds hitting .500 on the season. Ooh, that crept in quite a bit.
Yeah, just about hit him there.
Reynolds does have 4 RBIs. He comes up with a runner on first. That's a good pitch as Chisholm battles back to get strike 1. Or did he get strike 1? Yep. They had it at 2-0 on the video board here at Parkview Field. He squares to bunt, gets it down to the left side. Coming in is Jolly. His throw gets away. And a good job by Reynolds not turning to go to second. It's runners on the corners. And the reason I say that's a good job on his part is because if he had turned inside the baseline, he could have been tagged out coming back to first.
I think the key player right there is Will Case. He was behind first base, backing up the play, and he's able to get to the ball before the guy on third took off for home. So a really good job by Will Case to get behind first base and back up that play.
Reynolds has been awarded with an infield single on that play, plus the overthrow from Jolly coming in from third.
That was an excellent bunt. First and third now for the Leo Lions. Can they get a run?
It's Colton Mitchell at the plate, the number 8 hitter in the Leo lineup, and he takes that one downstairs.
A lot of teams will use a first and third running approach here, so maybe a guy on first will take off and try to get a steal, try to get that guy on third home. We'll see if there's any execution here.
Mitchell does have 2 RBIs this season. Throw back to first, and Reynolds is in. Not a very strong wind, but it now seems to be blowing more towards the right field foul pole. There goes the runner from second. Throw comes down. Here comes the runner from third, and in to score is Patrick Drudy. And the double steal gets the Lions on the board.
Yeah, obviously right there, Norwell was playing for the out to get out of the inning, and unfortunately it was a bad throw off to the right side, and the third base runner was able to take off and score, and so now we're tied 1-1.
And now you got a runner in scoring position for Mitchell. Chance to potentially add to the damage here. The count is 2-0. And Mitchell wanted time. Again, Mitchell just 2 RBIs on the year. Still has a chance to up that total. On the ground, right back to Chisholm. And he will just soft toss it to first for the final out. But the Lions do get on the scoreboard, and I plan to show you the replay when we get back from this 40-second break. You're watching the PSM Baseball Classic on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, here is the latest replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Gary Rogers calls for a double steal, and it works to perfection. Jolly waits for the throw to come down to second, and Castle with no chance to make that throw, and the Lions get on the board. They do get a hit in that inning. That was an infield single by Tanner Reynolds, and right now, a chance to get a word in from at least one of our sponsors. We'll go ahead and hear from the folks at Big Eyed Fish. They've been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. There's a location fairly close to downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana. There's also one on the way to Leo. Is in Fort Wayne off of DuPont Road, as I recall. Top of the order comes to the plate for Norwell. It's Will Case, who singled his last time up. At this point, that is the only hit for Norwell, but the Knights have plenty of guys who can drive the baseball. As Case takes that one off the plate.
Yeah, that first at-bat, Case just squared it up on the first pitch and hit it right back up the middle.
Each team has one base hit so far in this game. Oh, good pitch. Looked like that had some break to it for strike one. Of course, Norwell does have some dangerous hitters due up this inning. Case is one of them. Noah Shammerlow's on deck. Caden Castle is in the hole. And Trey Privet has driven in the only run for the Knights. He'd be the fourth man up this inning if we get that far. On the ground towards second, Reynolds has a play and makes his throw. Got him by about a step.
Yeah, good hustle there by the catcher, Butcher, to get behind first base to back up the play.
Case 1 for 2 after that at bat. And Noah Shammerlow, who walked his last time up, will come to the plate. Shammerlow has 2 home runs this season, but a swing and a miss. And, of course, you got to hit a little further to hit it out of the yard here at Parkview Field. It's 400 feet to straightaway center, 315 down the right field line, 335 down the left field line. Forget what the exact dimensions are at Norwell. I know that at Leo, I believe it's 306 down both the left and right field lines. That breaking ball had Shammerlow fooled, and he takes a strike. He thought that was going to hit him. Had it not broken, it would have. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Big-time strikeout, Andrew Rathbun. That's strikeout number 5 for Rathbun in this ballgame as he faces Caden Castle. Castle was a strikeout victim his last time up, and he did not go on the appeal to first.
One 1-0 here. Rathbun really dialed in the lefty.
Well hit into right field. That's getting down for a hit. Second hit of the game for the Knights. Castle has his first, and Trey Privet's going to come up with a man aboard. Good solid contact. The announcement was Drew Jolly. That is Trey Privet, number 17 at the plate. I believe like most levels of baseball, you cannot bat out of order, which would be the case if this were Drew Jolly, but rest assured, that is Trey Privet at the plate for the Norwell Knights. Fouls off the first pitch. It's 0-1. Drew Jolly's on deck. But it was Privet who drove home Norwell's only run so far on a suicide squeeze. That one breaks a little too far to the outside. That's in the dirt. Butcher keeps it in front. And it did not wander far enough for Castle to try and advance. Well, Leo's going to have the bottom of the order due up. 9-hole hitter followed by the top portion of the order, but right now, Rathbun trying to deal with Privet at the plate. He does get the strike 2 call there.
Yeah, two's wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
That's hit hard but foul onto the right field concourse. Another well-hit ball, and that's going just about the same direction. That ball got caught in one of the seats. Boy, Privet is up there hacking with 2 strikes. There goes the runner. On the ground, Reynolds vacated his spot, and it's a base hit.
Yeah, he was going over to cover the base, and excellent execution there. Now we got runners at first and third with 2 outs for the Knights.
Back-to-back singles with 2 outs for the Knights, and a dangerous hitter coming up in Drew Jolly. Drew Jolly's got 3 homers. Now, yes, he struck out his last time up, but he comes up with a chance to drive home a run for Norwell, and extra base hit you would think would drive in 2.
Yeah, he's got 15 RBIs on the year, leading the team. Looking for a few here.
A little bit of a jump over there at third as Castle singled with 2 outs earlier this inning.
It'd be interesting to see what Norwell does here first and third. Will they try what Leo did last inning?
There goes the runner from second. Throw comes down. Oh, they had the chance for the tag. Reneker lost it, and in to score from third comes Castle. Privet is into third, and Norwell takes the lead.
Again, just like the last inning, Leo did the same thing. First and third, the runner took off. Again, Leo tried to get the out. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the out, and the ball went out to right center, and the run scored.
Yeah, Reneker probably has the tag if he catches that ball cleanly. A big lead from Privet over there at third. He keeps on coming. Grounder to third. It's Drudy with the throw, and it's high. He airmailed it, and Privet is in to score.
Yeah, so that's going to be an error on the third baseman. And Norwell gets another run.
Second error this inning against Leo, and the Knights go up by 2. And Noah Clark will come to the plate. That was a chance for Leo to get out of this inning, but Drudy just airmailed that throw. And I'll give Rathbun credit. He had done a good job settling down. Sure, you give up a couple of base hits, but then he gets the ground ball. And a couple of defensive situations don't go his way. Throw back to first. That's a big lead. They've got him in a rundown. Throw to second. Reneker drops it. Boy, this has been a tough inning for Dominic Reneker.
Yeah, just the lack of execution there. Had him in a pickle.
Been a tough inning all around defensively for the Lions, and now the Knights have another runner in scoring position. Third error against Leo. All those errors coming here in the third. That breaking ball misses inside, and it's 3-0 on Noah Clark.
Yeah, Rothbahn struggling right now. All with 2 outs.
Clark is the 6th man to come to the plate this inning, and that's ball 4.
Yeah, how long does Coach Rogers leave Rathbon in there? Looks like he's going to go out and talk to him right now.
He doesn't have anybody warming up in the bullpen, so if this is a pitching change, it means he's going to be bringing somebody in from either the infield or the outfield. Take a quick moment to hear from another one of our sponsors. We can see what Rogers does as far as his pitching situation is concerned. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweiler Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenweilerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in our area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Well, it does not look like Gary Rogers is going to make a change just yet.
Yeah, it looked like he was just giving us some instruction. Wasn't happy with the defense. Not executing in this inning. It's led to 2 runs.
Leo's had their chances to get out of this inning. A couple of drop balls at short have kept the inning going. That and the airmailed throw from Drudy at third. Butcher able to keep that from going to the backstop.
Rathbon really overthrew it there. Way outside.
Kurtz was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. He's the 7th batter to come to the plate here in the third for Norwell. He takes upstairs for ball 2. There's nobody warming in the bullpen right now for Leo. Swing and a miss. And that was a pitch that Rathbun needed.
It's a healthy Hack who's just upstairs.
E.J. Morgan waits on deck for Norwell. That ball skips in the dirt.
Good block there by Butcher. Keep the runners at bay. Not getting an extra base.
The 3-1 pitch is up and away, and the Knights have loaded the bases. And, Steve, you said it earlier, all of Norwell's base runners have come with 2 outs. There are 2 hits this inning. The errors that have taken place, both runs that have scored, it's all been with 2 outs.
Now coming up to the plate is Eli Morgan. He's got 3 RBIs on the year.
Morgan struck out his last time up. Pops this first pitch up on the right side. Butcher into foul territory. Abbott's there, and he'll make the catch, and that brings the inning to an end. But the Norwell Knights do get 2 runs across the board, and they lead it 3-1 over the Leo Lions. And as we get ready to go into the bottom of the third inning, I'm going to go ahead and hear from some more of our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to bring you high school sports here on SummitCitySports.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. And this is still going on. Academy Drills and Skills presented by the folks at Always 100 continues on through May 28th of 2006. Going on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 5 to 6:30 p.m. And I imagine that Academy Drills and Skills will take place once again starting in August. It started August 11th of this year. I imagine it'll probably start in August of this year as well. You'll get to work on dribbling, shooting, passing, and defense. For more information about Always 100's Academy Drills and Skills and the camps that they offer, call 260-444-2788 or visit their website, www.always100basketball.net. Academy Drills and Skills takes place at the PSM Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah, maybe high school baseball season, but basketball seems to never stop, especially here in the great state of Indiana. Of course, we had the Nancy Ream Border Wars Classic yesterday at the University of St. Francis. What a great event that was, even though the Indiana boys saw their 3-year winning streak against Northwest Ohio get snapped. The girls, however, snapped a 2-year losing streak at the Border Wars Classic, as Andy Heim, who was coaching the girls' team, took home another piece of hardware, the Nancy Ream Award, as he coached Team Indiana that 86-85 win. And that's right after leading Belmont to a state championship. This is Max Schrock, the number 9 hitter at the plate. He's got a 1-1 count. That's a well-hit ball to short, but Caden Castle is right there, and his throw to first is dug out by Clark for out number 1.
Yeah, Max Schrock trying to get in his first hit of the year at the varsity level.
Leadoff hitter Nolan Butcher comes to the plate. Now, he flew out to left field. Now, Leo is certainly down, and things have not gone their way in the first or the third inning. But Leo certainly has plenty of good bats that can get him back in this ball game. They're really not out of it. But some good timely hitting. Settling down on the defensive end and on the mound. Might just be what the doctor ordered for these Leo Lions. A lot has to happen, but we've got a lot of baseball left. As Butcher sends this one high into the air for center field, Noah Shamerlow is there, and he will make the call and the catch. Just had to drift over a few feet, and Shamerlow makes the play. Second baseman Grant Robinson will step up for the Leo Lions. Just one hit in the game for Leo.
Yeah, and that was that bunt single.
Yep, Tanner Reynolds made it happen. Like Robinson got fooled by that pitch from Chisholm.
Yeah, off speed there. You saw him duck out of the way.
That happened on one of Rathbun's strikeouts. Popped him up. That's coming out of play. And that's on top of the roof. It's Robinson's second at bat. And so begins Dylan Chisholm's second time through the Leo order. Popped him up on the right side. Will Case has a play and makes it. 1-2-3 go the Lions here in inning number 3. We'll go to the 4th with Norwell leading 3-1 at the PSM Baseball Classic on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
So I tell the truth all the time, ain't got no sympathy for no. I admit that I'm rich and I'm lit. Jumping up on stages, I get 200 occasions, but I ain't really the game up we make. Shut they trap down. They see how I made it, I'm the reason they won't rap now. See me out in traffic, make a hater pull his head down. Biggie's OG salute me, a stylist can't even style me. The robbers probably wanna get me on rapping out Lamborghinis. The youngest turn in my city, they try me, I get it cracked. Some of this still would happen if I never started rapping. My people don't stay.
Going to the 4th inning, the Norwell Knights lead this game 3-1, and it looks like Andrew Rathbun is back out there for what would be his 4th inning of work. Now, Rathbun, he has settled down. He's gotten the ground balls, but some defensive issues led to Norwell taking the lead there in the 3rd inning. So I think that's probably just a case of Gary Rogers saying, I trust you, Andrew. Go get these next 3 outs.
Yeah, Rathbun, it's been good. They just haven't executed on the defensive side of the ball.
Cade Thornton with a swing and a miss. That was good execution from Rathbun on that breaking ball. Might have even been a changeup, actually. Thornton popped out to short his last time up. It's a quick step off by Rathbun. That one runs in on him. You got the top of the order due up next. Will Case and Noah Shammerlow. Case is on deck. Shammerlow's in the hole. Rathbun was trying to paint that inside corner, but just missed. That time he catches the top of the zone, 2-1. The 2-2 was downstairs. Count runs full on Cade Thornton. Will Case is on deck. Of course, Cade Thornton is the son of Norwell girls basketball coach Eric Thornton. Took the Lady Knights to a state championship, and that pitch is going to take Cade Thornton down to first for a walk.
Yeah, that has been the one thing Rathbun struggled a little bit with today. A couple walks and hit by pitch and giving free base runners. Let's see if Norwell can take advantage of it with the top of the order coming up.
Looks like that's the fourth walk of the day given up by Rathbun as Will Case, the leadoff hitter in the Norwell lineup, stands in. He squares to bunt, and he fouled it off.
Yeah, on that bunt right there attempt, he dropped the barrel. You never want to drop the barrel. You want to keep it at the top of the ball.
Patrick Drudy came charging in from third. Squares again. That one's behind him. That's a wild pitch.
And that basically did the job. It moved the runner up. So now Case is probably going to be swinging away here.
1-1 the count. Case is 1 for 2 at the plate. A hard hit single to start off this game. Something like that here could make this a 3-run ball game. He squares again, gets it down the third base line, and no throw.
Yeah, excellent bunt right there by Will Case. Bunt single. Now we got runners at first and third and nobody out. Looks like we got some movement in the Leo bullpen.
Yeah, they've had a pitcher warming up out there. Had him out there in the bottom of this third inning, and now a dangerous hitter coming up, Noah Shammerlow.
Ball on the field from the bullpen.
Came rolling all the way in front of the plate. Christian Bojado was calling for it. Butcher just threw it back towards his bullpen. Abbott holding the bag at first. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Throw comes down. Bobbled by Reneker, but nobody advances except for Case.
Yeah, Reneker did a good job keeping it in front of him. Had that got past him, would have had another run by the Knights.
I believe the pitch was a strike, if I'm not mistaken. Now the infield moves in with first base open. Shammerlow's having a really good season. That pitch is a strike. And if my count is correct, it's an 0-2 count. We might just find out here on this next pitch. Fly ball hit into left field. Schrock comes in, makes the catch. There goes the runner. Throw is cut off. The relay to the plate. Oh, he dropped the ball. Butcher couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, he was going to be out there. The throw, great relay. Again, just missed execution by the Leo Lions. Story of the game so far.
It will go as a sacrifice fly for Shammerlow. And I believe that's his 13th RBI of the season. And Caden Castle, who's been productive this year, comes to the plate.
Leo will have their infield in with one out here. Runner on third.
Up and away.
Norwell being very aggressive on the base paths, causing a lot of chaos for the Lions.
Well hit again into left field. Long run again for Schrock, but that one's out of play. Into the Toyota field boxes, and Schrock is probably fortunate that that went out of play. Otherwise, it's another sac fly, you would think. That bends in for a called strike, and it's 1-2 on Caden Castle. Trey Privet on deck. Swing and a miss. And Rathbun gets the strikeout. Second time Castle's gone down on strikes. But Privet had a sac bunt RBI, a suicide squeeze his first time up. He singled his last time up, and that put runners at first and third.
Yeah, 2 outs here. Can Norwell get another run?
That's in there for a called strike. A little breaking ball that time from Rathbun.
Thad, you got to think this is probably Rathbun's last inning. Coach Rogers probably make the change next inning.
I would think so. Oh, good job by Butcher to keep that one from going to the plate, but Will Case hanging out there at third, and Privet already has an RBI in this game. Had an opposite field single his last time up. And Privet square in there, and he takes upstairs for ball 3. Well, if Privet gets on base, you got Drew Jolly on deck. Jolly's the leading run producer for Norwell this season. Leading home run hitter as well, with 3 of those. Downstairs for ball 4. And it's runners on the corners for the Norwell Knights.
Again, first and third situation. Butcher will step out and make the call. Will they throw through? Will they throw to the cutoff man? Will they fake the third? Those are the 3 options. Last couple times they've thrown through.
A couple times Dominic Reneker would have had a tag if he could have made the catch on Butcher's throw. That's a swing and a miss from Jolly.
Good high fastball right there. Got Jolly swinging and chasing. Jolly with an RBI opportunity here. Runner on third.
Throw back to first, and easily back into first is Privet. There has been some action in that Leo bullpen. I can't see who that is warming up, though. I can't see the number that is. 0-1 the count. They throw back to third, and that's a close play, but Case is safe.
That's a unique pick from a lefty there.
There goes the runner from second. That's Privet. That's ball 1 in the dirt.
Yeah, good pitch to run on there, off speed in the dirt. And Norwell's got 2 in scoring position at second and third. They've done an excellent job taking the extra base on the base paths tonight. Already several stolen bases. They have 22 coming into the game out of 12 games. It's about averaging about 2 a game.
Jolly with 15 RBIs. He's got runners in scoring position, and he's ahead in this count 2-1. I guarantee you he wants something to swing at here.
Yeah, I mean, he could bust this game open and make it a 6-1 ball game with a base hit up the middle or even through the infield.
That breaking ball is in there for a called strike.
That's an excellent pitch by Rathbun. Even the count at 2-2. It's really gutsy, 2-1 count. You don't hit that first strike, it's 3-1, and then it's a big hitter's count.
In the dirt, Butcher blocks it. The count is full. Noah Clark is on deck.
Huge full count for both teams right here. If Leo can get a strikeout, it ends the inning. If Norwell can get a walk, it continues it.
That's in there for a called strike. Huge strikeout for Rathbun. But again, the Norwell Knights add to their lead. And I will show you how it happened. It was a sacrifice fly by Noah Shammerlow. He gets his 13th RBI of the season. Closer play than they would have wanted. Ultimately, though, Shammerlow does the job. Schrock makes the catch, and this is a good throw. And the execution for the most part by Butcher was good. He played off the plate, gave him a lane, except he couldn't catch the ball. That's the only thing that went wrong for Leo, is just some missed catches, drop catches from, in that case, Butcher, in other cases, the infielders. Some high throws. And I'm sure that's something Gary Rogers is probably going to tell these guys, hey, we still got 3-4 more innings depending on what we can string together here. We got to fix the defense. We got to get some hits together. We got to get some men on base and get them home. We're still not out of this thing. As far as Norwell is concerned, Steve, you mentioned several times already, great aggressive base running by the Norwell Knights, and that's a big reason why they're up 4-1.
It sure is. And then you got to go Dylan Chisholm. He's been excellent on the mound so far, just mowing the Leo Lions down. And Lions really haven't had an opportunity other than the one inning where they got the one run, but the bunt single. I mean, they've been held hitless.
They got the heart of the order coming up here in the fourth. Dominic Reneker, Colson Abbott, and Patrick Drudy. Reneker and Abbott have been retired in this ball game. Reneker grounded out to third. Abbott struck out. Drudy walked. He's the only guy to actually reach base for the Leo Lions in this ball game. Check that. He's one of 2 Leo Lions to reach base. The other is Tanner Reynolds with a infield single.
Yeah, Reneker's going to play for St. Francis next year for Dustin Butcher.
That, of course, is Nolan Butcher's dad, the catcher here for Leo. That's just upstairs, ball 1.
Had good movement on that. We've seen him start with the curveball on the first pitch. Throwing a lot of curveball first pitch against the Lions.
That one's in there for a called strike. Now, this is easier said than done, but there's a big hole up the middle. So if Reneker can hit a line drive up the middle, he probably gets a single out of it. Takes that one up and away, 2-1.
Reneker has walked 7 times on the year.
Swing and a miss. I think he was going for more than just up the middle with that hack.
Reneker has not struck out this year. 2-2 count here.
That's in the dirt, 3-2.
I think Reneker is a big piece to this inning. If he can get on base, maybe he can get the Lions going and get them right back in this. Only down 3.
The full count pitch from Chisholm. Swung on and missed. He got him. That's Chisholm's 3rd strikeout of the game.
Yeah, Chisholm really bringing the heat. Leo's been behind on the fastball, not making the adjustment with 2 strikes.
Now, how valuable is this for Norwell? Obviously, the game's not over. Got a lot of baseball left to be played, but this is a Leo team that beat Carroll 15-3, beat Woodland 10-3, and Woodland's having a better season than you might have expected. And yet Norwell has come here to Parkview Field, and they've basically outplayed the Lions. Still got 3-4 more innings left to go. But up to this point, Norwell has looked like a much better team. And Chisholm's ahead in the count 1-2 on Abbott. Abbott's already struck out once in this ball game. Can Chisholm get him again? Downstairs. But if he does get him, he'll have to wait at least one more pitch. Bounce to the right side, but that's foul, and it's not coming back.
Yeah, Norwell's coming off a 3-game losing streak. They lost to Bluffton 4-3, Jay County 10-5, and Homestead 5-3. So they want to get back in the win column tonight.
Homestead, great ball club as always. They were supposed to play Columbia City last night, but that game got rained out. So I understand they're now supposed to play tomorrow over at Homestead's ball field at Summit Middle School's campus, right across the street from Homestead High School. Meanwhile, we've got a full count on Abbott. And he walks. That pitch is in the dirt. Abbott's going to trot to first, and Privet will not have a throw.
What's interesting is Leo scored 18, 13, 11, 9, 15, and 10 runs this year so far.
Yeah, that 15 was against the Carroll Chargers, and we know how good Carroll is. Dave Ginder, still the head coach over there. He's a two-time state champion. Laced into right center field. That's a gapper. Patrick Drudy. Abbott making the turn for third. He will be there. Drudy will put on the brakes at first. And it's runners on the corners for the Lions.
Yeah, Patrick needed that. I mean, he only had one hit on the year so far. Maybe he's feeling it now, getting back in the groove.
Jaden Keeler coming to the plate.
Yeah, big opportunity right here for Leo with one out, runner on first and third.
As the former College World Series theme song plays over the intercom. Crazy Town by Jason Aldean. Crazy things can happen here at Parkview Field.
Especially first and third. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
On the corner for a called strike from Chisholm. Leo had runners on the corners when they got their first run in this game. That tied it at 1. Keeler's now behind in the count 0-2. He does fall behind, but he came up hacking and making contact.
Wouldn't be surprised to see that runner on first move in here. 0-2 count. You're most likely going to see something off speed. Maybe something high and outside. Good time to run.
That's off the plate. Ball 1. No doubt Keeler's looking to elevate this ball. You want to make contact. What you don't want to do is ground into a double play. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. And the throw appears to be late, and it is. Stolen base for Patrick Drudy.
Unfortunately, Keeler strikes out. Gives 2 outs in the inning. But 2 runners in scoring position here. Can cut it to a one-run game if it's a base hit up the middle.
This is Tanner Reynolds at the plate. As it is, that's strikeout number 4 for Dylan Chisholm. That's downstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, that throw was on the shortstop side. Had it been on the second base side, I think the runner would have been out. Would have been a strikeout throw out.
On the ground, that's a fair ball. Throw's going to come to first, and Reynolds is out. The Knights get out of the jam.
Drew Jolly, great play there. Set his feet, made a good throw, and got out of the inning.
We've played through 4. Norwell has the 4-1 lead going to the 5th. We're back after this here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, as we go to the 5th inning, we do have a new pitcher on the mound. Jaden Keeler, who had been the designated hitter, now takes the bump. He was the designated hitter for Andrew Rathbun, so Rathbun's day is done on the mound, and Keeler comes on to pitch.
Yeah, he's thrown one time this year, a 0 ERA, in that game. He had 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. Faced 20 batters.
For Norwell, it's Noah Clark leading things off, Hunter Kurtz, and E.J. Morgan.
In that outing, he threw 77 pitches, 1 hit by pitch.
So far, the first 2 men to come to the plate for Norwell this inning have reached base. Clark is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he's also walked. Kurtz has been hit by a pitch, and he's also walked. I mentioned earlier, things could get interesting if this game gets into the bullpen. It has gotten into the bullpen for Leo. Can they keep this a 3-run ball game and keep themselves in it? They got a threat going there in the bottom of the 4th, but could not cash in off of it. That breaking ball bends in for a strike. That must have caught the bottom of the zone. It fooled Clark. That one misses inside. Keeler's trying to get these pitches to break. He got the first one to do so, not the second one. He's living on the inside right now, but it's got him behind 2-1. And he misses upstairs as it almost hits Clark.
Yeah, Norwell has scored in 3 out of 4 innings. They've won all but 1 inning so far.
Caught the corner for strike 2. So Keeler makes it a full count. Clark will step out.
It's a big pitch for Keeler right here.
And that one does not break far enough. It's ball 4.
Yeah, that was way inside, and Norwell gets the first batter on base.
Hunter Kurtz has reached base twice. He's been hit by pitch and he's walked, and right now Christian Bohada looks like he's going to call for a courtesy runner for his first baseman. Although I don't see anybody coming out of the dugout. Now there it is. I think that's Josh McBride, number 22. Josh McBride was one of the top scorers on Norwell's basketball team this year. He is the son of boys basketball coach Mike McBride. Speaking of theme songs, it's the George Lopez theme song. I think it's called Lowrider. Playing on the speakers here at Parkview Field. Hunter Kurtz hit by a pitch and walked in this ballgame. He's squaring to bunt. Throws not in time. As Keeler pays a little bit of attention to to McBride, recognizing that that's a courtesy runner in for the first baseman.
Yeah, Norwell likes small ball. They've shown bunt a lot.
Kurtz squares again, and that is ball 1. They do like small ball, but they're capable of big hits as well. They've got 9 home runs as a team this year.
Bottom of the order is young, so Norwell's coach is using his guys to lay some bunts down, move the runners, and drive them in.
McBride back in safely again on the pickoff try. Count is 1-0. He squares again and fouls it off.
It was a foul ball.
Yeah, I was about to say McBride's running off to second base, but the call was foul ball. He's got to go back. Christian Bohada is making a case.
I think he's asking that it hit the catcher's glove and not the bat.
Well, if he wins the argument, then McBride would stay at second, but if he loses it, McBride's got to go back to first. Now, this is not a challenge. They don't have challenges in high school ball, but he is going to lose the argument. McBride's going back to first.
That was a ball inside, and Kurtz tried to bunt it. He could be sitting at 2-0. Instead, he's sitting at 1-1.
See if he squares again here. With a 1-strike count, I wouldn't be surprised if he does. And that's way behind him. Taken off for second is McBride, and he's in. I think we've only had 2 wild pitches, but they have been way behind the batters. And a runner in scoring position for the Knights. And, of course, you could bunt in a situation like this, but base hit probably gets another run home.
Yeah, I would assume that he's probably swinging away here. A 2-1 count.
Abbott playing in at first.
Way inside.
Yeah, that breaking ball didn't break enough.
Keeler really struggling finding the zone here.
Yeah, Rathbun seemed to settle down after some early struggles. Some defensive lapses have put the Lions in the hole, down 4-1. Keeler had to step off there. I know this Saturday Leo's going to take on Blackhawk Christian, but this is not their last game until then. Got some other games this week as that pitch does catch the corner.
Yeah, a lot of teams are playing 4 or 5 games a week right now with all the rainouts they've had.
And Norwell was supposed to play Concordia last night over at, shall we say, historic Masucci Field, named after the Hall of Fame coach Jack Masucci.
Yeah, Leo has DeWanger tomorrow night, home against New Haven on Thursday, doubleheader against Blackhawk on Saturday.
New Haven's showing some improvement. They showed some improvement last year, and they've continued to do so this year. Now, they've been blown out by a couple of teams, but they are above 500. There's the payoff pitch, and that's ball 4. It gets away. That's going to allow McBride to take third. It does go as a walk to Kurtz.
Back-to-back walks.
And E.J. Morgan comes up with runners on the corners. That Bishop Dwenger team, that's the team that knocked Leo out of sectionals last year in the sectional championship game.
Norwell plays home against Belmont and then home against Carroll on Thursday and Friday this week. We got more action in the Leo bullpen. It looks like number 4 is getting loose.
That's Foster Swaney. Morgan's 0 for 2. But here, even a ground ball. He's going with the bunt. The safety squeeze, that will get the run home. The throw is in time to first, but Norwell adds to their lead.
Again, execution has been the name of the game for the Norwell Knights tonight.
E.J. Morgan getting it done. They've had a suicide squeeze and now a safety squeeze. Both producing runs as Cade Thornton stands in.
Extends the lead to 4, 5-1 here with 1 out. Runner on second. Thornton can add to the lead.
Kurtz is the runner at second. The pitch was a strike to Cade Thornton. He's 0 for 1 with a pop out to short. He has walked as well. Only inning where Norwell hasn't scored in this game was the second. That looked like it was inside, but it's called strike 2.
Yeah, 0-2 count here for Thornton. It's got a battle with 2 strikes.
And Norwell does have the top of the order due up next. There goes the runner from second on the ground, back to the mound. Keeler with the underhand flip gets the out, but Thornton does the job.
Yeah, I really think the runner had third base stolen on that. Unfortunately, Thornton battled with 2 strikes and put the ball in play.
Will Case comes up with 2 outs. A base hit would add to Norwell's lead. And then you'll have some dangerous hitters due up if Case gets on base.
Ball's outside there on Case.
Swaney continues to warm up in the Leo pen, and that one almost hits him. It's ball 2. On the ground, off the bare hand of Keeler. He stays with it. The throw is offline. And the run comes in. Norwell goes up 6-1. I got to think that's going to be scored as an error.
That's a tough one because it came off his bare hand. Had he set his feet and made a really good throw, I think he gets the runner.
It has been scored as a hit, so we'll call it an RBI single for Will Case.
Again, Leo's unable to execute.
Throws not in time. Yeah, good throw would have gotten him, you would think. Abbott had to come off the bag at first, try and make the catch, and even then could not hold on. Shamerlow has a sac fly. He lifts this one into left field, and that's down right in front of Schrock. Runner turns for third, and he is safe. It'll go as a single for Shamerlow and an extra base on the throw.
Yeah, he picked up second base on the throw to third, so he'll get a single for that. Now they got runners at second and third with 2 outs.
Caden Castle, the man up.
Can Norwell break this open, make it an 8-1 lead with a base hit?
Already got a 5-run lead. Christian Bohada wants to have a little word with Caden Castle. Castle's having a good season. He's 1 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts, but he's also singled. If he can get a base hit here, it's 2 runs across, you would think. It's at least 1 if he gets a base hit here. It's a Norwell team that won regionals last year at Carroll. They knocked off Dwenger in the regional championship. Great pitching and great defense. That was largely the name of the game for Norwell, and some good timely hitting. That's going to find the gap. Into left field. 1 run is in. Case has scored. And right behind him is Shamerlow. And wouldn't you know it, Caden Castle with a 2-run single.
Yeah, that was a huge at-bat. We talked about execution again. Norwell puts it right between the third base and the shortstop in the hole and scores 2 runs.
7th hit of this game for the Norwell Knights. A 2-run single as Trey Privet, who's already driven in a run on a suicide squeeze, and then later singled, comes to the plate looking to add to the damage. And I tell you what, if Drew Jolly comes up here, it's already danger time for Leo right now, but if Drew Jolly comes up here with runners on first and second, it's really danger time. That's a big lead over there at first, but a swing and a miss by Privet. He's behind in the count 0-2. I was at Snyder on Friday night, and I don't think that game ever officially was scored as a win or a loss. But Huntington North, as the runner Castle takes off, no throw. It'll be catcher's indifference. Huntington North had a 10-5 lead, a 10-2 lead going into the bottom of the 4th. Snyder scored 3 runs in the 4th to make it 10-5, and then, as the rain was pouring down, the umps called for a rain delay, and they did not finish the game. The game was called after just a few minutes worth of a rain delay.
Looks like Bishop Lures is up over Snyder 5-0.
That's a big deal. Lures was kind of struggling out of the gate early this season. Throw comes back to second, and it's into center field. Castle is into third with no trouble at all. And Privet has a runner 90 feet away. Now, what happened when Bishop Lures took on these Leo Lions? They got blown out. I think it was 13-1 was the final in Leo's favor. That's Gary Rogers' former team. But his current team has their hands full. That's a ground ball hit to short. Reneker gets to it. Sidearm throw. Got him. Abbott makes the catch, but Norwell adds to the lead. They're now up 8-1 with 7 hits in the ball game, I might add. That was a great throw, but it's worth showing to you the most recent RBI hit of this ball game. I'll go ahead and show it to you right now. This is brought to you by the folks at Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Caden Castle found a soft spot in that infield. Pitchers are always looking to get those ground balls, and Keeler got one, but Castle knocked it into left field to get 2 runs home, and Norwell leads it 8-1 over the Leo Lions. Norwell has completely outplayed Leo from start to finish, it seems. Now, granted, I'll give credit where credit is due. Rathbun did settle down after giving up that first inning run. However, some defensive lapses really cost the Lions and allowed some of these runs to score. But also credit to Norwell. Good pitching and good defense have helped them get to where they are right now. Timely hitting has also helped them get to where they are right now. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, that is still Dylan Chisholm out there on the mound, number 16 for the Norwell Knights. And right now it's time to get a few more words in from our sponsors. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LiUNA. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Well, the Leo Lions find themselves in a spot that they haven't been in much this year, down 7 runs. Their only loss so far was against Angola. That was the first game of a doubleheader. Leo had an 8-3 lead in the top of the 7th. Angola scored 8 runs to take the lead and then held on in the bottom of the 7th. This is Colton Mitchell to lead things off for the Lions. So it's the 8 and 9 hitters starting things off, and the 8 hitter hits it on the ground, but Clark is right there, and he'll take it unassisted.
Yeah, Leo really needs to get something rolling here. Bottom 5, time's running out.
Max Schrock coming to the plate. You do have your leadoff hitter and a really reliable one at that on deck, but Schrock has to get on base if Leo wants to get a threat started. Now, sure, you can get a threat going with 2 outs. We've seen Norwell do that in this ball game, and they not only got the threat going, but cashed in on it. That's sent foul and out of play. Schrock 0 for 1 in this ball game. Did he go?
It's a good pitch right there on the outside corner.
1-2 the count. Swing and a miss, and Chisholm has his 5th strikeout of the game. Well, early on, it was Leo putting the ball in play and the defense doing its job. Dylan Chisholm now has 5 strikeouts. He's helping the cause out real well.
Yeah, he's got 29 on the year now, strikeouts.
Nolan Butcher needs to get something going here with 2 outs. He takes a first pitch strike. Of course, you do have good hitters to follow. Grant Robinson's on deck. And if you get that far, Dominic Reneker would be in the hole. Fly ball hit well into right field. Thornton going back, and he makes the catch. Just short of the warning track. And 1-2-3 go the Lions as we head on to the 6th. You're watching the Parkview Sports Medicine Baseball Classic here on SummitCitySports.com. Back after this.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
That might be Foster Swaney on the hill as we are back here at the Parkview Sports Medicine Baseball Classic. My apologies, I can't see his number, but I do recall Keeler being taller than that. But meanwhile, it's going to be Drew Jolly to lead things off for the Norwell Knights, and Jolly has had an incredible season this year. He's a junior, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. Now he comes up with the bases empty. You know he'd like to come up there with somebody to drive in, but Jolly's been having a great season this year. Hitless today, though. He's reached on an error and struck out twice. And yes, that is Foster Swaney. Who takes the bump for the Leo Lions. Norwell has only had 1 scoreless inning at the plate. That was the second. Other than that, a run in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 4 in the fifth as Swaney misses outside with that first pitch. Swing and a miss. Jolly was looking to send that ball deep down the left field line. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Swaney able to battle back. Jolly leading off here in the 6th. Noah Clark is on deck. Hunter Kurtz in the hole. And that gets away. That's going to be a pass ball. That runs the count full. Swaney a 7.64 ERA this season. That was close, but it misses.
4. Jolly.
Leadoff walk.
Trots on down to first base.
Noah Clark will stand in. Jolly's the third baseman.
Looks like we'll have a pinch runner for Jolly.
I think that's Braden Huffman, number 4. He's a junior. It is Huffman serving as the courtesy runner. And Noah Clark, officially 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. Adams squaring to bunt, and Clark pulls it back. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Norwell absolutely unloading on a Leo team that's unload on some really good ball clubs already this year. They beat Carroll 15-3. They beat Lures 13-1. They beat Woodland 10-3. That's bunted foul. Last I checked, Woodland was 6-4, although they might have had a game last night. The Blackhawk Christian Braves are here. They're on the first base side. They'll be playing Lakewood Park Christian after this game gets done. We'll bring that to you right here on SummitCitySports.com. The count is 1-1. He gets it down. Throw's going to go to second, and they get the lead runner. Tanner Reynolds comes over to cover the bag. Leo not only gets an out, but they keep a double play in order.
Again, Norwell trying to play the small ball. That time the bunt went right back to the pitcher, and it was an easy play to get the out.
Hunter Kurtz has walked twice and been hit by a pitch. Swing and a miss. There is action in the Leo bullpen once again. Downstairs. And the throw to first is not in time. Clark's back in. This is Foster Swaney's first inning of work on the mound. Popped him up, and that's going out of play. The 1-2 delivery laced into center field. Robinson tracks it, makes the catch. He's not going to have a throw, even though Clark got well off the bag. But a good job by Robinson to track down that liner. E.J. Morgan, who executed a safety squeeze his last time up, comes to the plate. The only way you would bunt here is if you're bunting for a hit with 2 outs. But he doesn't offer to bunt on the first pitch. Clark got a good ways off the bag. That was a close play, but Clark is safe. Popped up, that's going out of play. Right on top of the roof. If Morgan reaches base, Cade Thornton would be the next man up. Swing and a miss at a good breaking ball. On the corner for a called strike. And for the first time since the second inning, it's a scoreless inning turned in by this Leo defense.
Now can the bats get going for the Leo Lions? Can they come out of the den?
They've got the 6th inning, and you would think the bottom of the 7th to try and do that. For them to not have to bat in the bottom of the 7th, it would take a huge rally here in the 6th inning. We'll see if they can do something like that. First, got a couple more sponsors to hear from. It is because of our sponsors that we're able to bring you high school sports here on SummitCitySports.com. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Shioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. It is an 8-1 lead for the Norwell Knights. Only 2 hits in this ball game for Leo. This is a team full of great hitters. They've been almost completely silenced, and that's Dylan Chisholm going out there for his 6th inning of work. Chisholm and this Norwell defense have done the job extremely well against the defending Northeast 8 Conference champion, Leo Lions. Of course, Norwell was a regional champion last year, knocking off Bishop Dwenger over at Carroll High School. Of course, when Norwell plays Dwenger, it's always a sea of blue and gold. Those teams share the same exact jersey combination. It's Grant Robinson, Dominic Renneker, and Colson Abbott due up for Leo here in the bottom of the 6th. They need to get the bats going.
Seems like the sun has peeked out a little bit. It's been pretty cloudy all day.
I think we had a little bit of rain this morning, but the clouds have cleared up. It's really been nice weather, a little bit windy for most of the day.
Yeah, that wind's blowing out to right center.
Grant Robinson 0 for 2. He's having a good season overall, and he takes that one upstairs. All in all, Norwell does have a really good pitching staff. A lot of guys who have been giving up low run totals. Of course, Chisholm's been having a real good season on the mound. He's continued that so far today. That's a strike on the corner to Robinson. Robinson, Renneker, and Abbott due up. All good hitters, but only 2 hits in this game for Leo so far. That one is laced to the left side. Backhanded it short by Castle. That's a long throw, but he got it.
That is a great play right there.
Great throw by Castle to get the out, as it looked like Robinson was going to find the gap, but he did not.
Yeah, it was in the hole. Great play by the shortstop. Again, Norwell just excellent at execution tonight.
Yeah, if you're asking which team has been better on defense, it has been Norwell far and away. Only 1 error committed by Norwell, 3 by Leo, as Renneker with a big hack. That makes it 0-1. Gary Rogers calling out base hit. Come on. That's a called strike. Nice breaking ball from Chisholm. Of course, Gary Rogers was here last year when former Bishop Luers Knight Kevin Kiermaier was recognized in his retirement from Major League Baseball. Kiermaier played most of his big league career with the Tampa Bay Rays. Was part of the Dodgers World Series team a couple of years ago, although he was not a full-time player when he joined the Dodgers. But overall, Kiermaier was a heck of a player, and in case you're wondering, Gary Rogers did coach at Bishop Luers before coaching at Leo. He got to coach Kiermaier.
He also coached at Indiana Tech for a while, too.
The 1-2 is upstairs now. I don't think this is a Fort Wayne guy, but I believe one of Indiana's own has once again become a big league manager, Don Mattingly, now managing the Philadelphia Phillies. The 2-2 down and away.
Yeah, I saw where the Phillies reached out to Boston Red Sox manager that just got fired, Alex Cora, and he turned it down.
Ball 4. Reneker will take his base. Just one out and a much-needed base runner for the Lions, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, can the Lions get something going here in the bottom of the 6th?
Stray baseball got loose from the bullpen as Colson Abbott, who's got 8 RBIs on this year, comes to the plate. He comes up with a runner on first, not in scoring position, but looking to keep the threat going as that pitch does just catch the outside corner. Colson Abbott, one of the best junior ball players in the area, but that's a swing and a miss. And even the best junior ball players are going to have their moments where they don't make contact. Abbott has walked and struck out in this ball game. On the ground to short. Castle's there. Gets the out at second. Relay to first. Double play.
6-4-3 if you're scoring at home. And Norwell gets out of the inning.
That's 2 great defensive plays by Caden Castle. And Norwell will bat in the 7th when we return here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We are back for the top of the 7th inning. Norwell up 8-1. They will bat here in the 7th. It looks as though Leo's made a pitching change, although I can't see who that is on the mound, mainly because I can't see the number. Oh, there's the number. It's number 10. That's Ryan Williams. That's the 4th pitcher used in this game for Leo. And as good as Leo is, they do have a number of guys on their roster who have higher ERAs on the mound than what you'd like. And it looks like Norwell is going to call upon Lance Merriweather to pitch hit.
Looks like Ryan Williams has only thrown a third of an inning. He faced 2 batters and gave up 1 hit. So Merriman's hitting .250, 2 hits on the year.
Merriweather takes that one for a called strike.
Good pitch on the outside corner there by Ryan Williams to get ahead in the count.
That's slapped foul and out of play.
0-2 count here.
Looks like Merriweather's batting in Will Case's spot. Oh, no, check that. Cade Thornton's spot. Will Case is on deck. Just saw Shamerlow go to get that loose ball from the hole.
Way outside there.
Leo does have another arm warming in the pen.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2 on its way, and that's ball 2.
Almost full sun on the entire infield. Little shaded spot on the third base side.
And you're going to have those shadows changing as we go on to the night with Lakewood Park taking on Blackhawk Christian. I saw the Braves here in the seats on the first base side. There's the payoff, swung on and missed. Williams battles back for the strikeout.
Yeah, Williams gets his first strikeout of the year.
That'll send up the leadoff hitter, Will Case. And Will Case is 3 for 4 in this ball game.
Yeah, he got the game started with a nice base hit up the middle.
An RBI single his last time up, and this is laced into left center field.
That's a
down
gap
for
shot.
A base hit.
You should get 2
Case
on
is
that.
turning for second. He's going to get there standing up. Throw comes toward third, and it's a 1-out double for Will Case. He keeps the hits coming. Well, Noah Shamerlow's going to come up. He's a dangerous hitter. Couple of home runs already this season. And he added, I believe, his 13th RBI of the year on a sacrifice fly. He's also singled in this ball game. Payoff, or first pitch rather, to Shamerlow is taken for a strike. Williams started this inning with a strikeout of Merriweather. Case with a double. And now Shamerlow trying to bring home some insurance. He takes ball 1 off the plate. Got Caden Castle due up on deck. Castle's 2 for 4. Has a couple of RBIs, and he's played some great defense at shortstop. As Butcher's going to have a little word with Williams. As for Leo, they're going to have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up in the bottom of the 7th. Already in a big hole.
1-1 count here.
Swing and a miss.
Good pitch there by Williams.
I think Shamerlow actually tipped it into Butcher's glove. Slap foul, and Shamerlow stays alive.
Yeah, fouled it off there. 1-2 pitch. Pitch on the outside corner.
Caden Castle's on deck. He's the one that just chased down that foul ball. Throw back to first, and safe at first is Will Case. Only 1 out here in the 7th. Knights just looking for a little late insurance before they send their defense back out on the field. Happy feet over there at second. Ground ball hit to second. Reynolds gathers and makes the throw. Case does move to third.
Good play for the second out there.
Castle will come to the plate.
Can Castle get the Knight in for their 9th run?
It was Castle who gave the Knights their last 2 runs. That was with a 2-run single back in the 5th, the last time the Knights scored, and they scored 4 runs in that 5th inning. That one catches the corner from Williams. Clipped foul. So that kind of ricochets off the glove of Butcher. And this is a huge pitch coming up for Williams.
Yeah, 0-2 count right here. Williams can get Leo out of this. Leo's got a big deficit to break in the bottom of the 7th.
Trey Privet on deck. should Castle advance, and he still has a chance to, as that pitch just misses off the plate.
Yeah, good spot for that on 0-2. Get it on the corner. Just missed.
That one was spoiled. Sent off to the Norwell dugout, the first base dugout.
That's what they call an ugly finder. Everybody jumped out of the way.
Of course, tomorrow we'll have some more Parkview Sports Medicine Baseball Classic action for you. Hicksville versus Fairview. A couple of Ohio schools, as that one is upstairs. And then some college action between Trine and Manchester. The 2-2. Ball 3.
Yeah, Williams doesn't want to lose them here and make runners at first and third. First and third has been dangerous for Norwell all night. They've executed almost perfection.
Trey Privet is on deck. He's got his knee guards on, and he'll throw them off as that is ball 4 to to Castle. Trey Privet, the catcher for the Norwell Knights, and you keep your knee guards on when you're in the on-deck circle with 2 outs, just so that you're at least partially ready to go back behind the plate, but you're also partially ready to hit in case you get the chance. And Privet does get the chance here. He's singled.
Good pitch inside right there.
Executed on a suicide squeeze for Norwell's first run. And he's also walked. 0-1 the count on Privet.
Excellent pitch on the corner.
On the ground to third. Drudy goes the long way and gets the final out of the inning. So the Lions hold Norwell scoreless in the 7th, but this is Leo's last chance. We'll see if they can break through here in the 7th in just a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
So I tell the truth all the time, ain't got no sympathy for no. I admit, and I'm rich, and I'm lit. Jumping up on stages, I get 200 occasions, but I ain't really the game up. We make sure they trap down. They see how I made it, I'm the reason they won't rap now. See me out in traffic, make a hater pull his head down. Biggie's OG salute me, a stylist can't even style me. The robbers probably wanna get me on my out Lamborghinis. The Yankees turn in my city, they try me, I get it cracked. Some of this still would happen if I never started rapping. My people don't.
The Norwell Knights trying to become the second team this year to knock off the Leo Lions. Up to this point, Angola has been the only team to do that, and they came back from 5 runs down in the 7th. Norwell, they're just trying to batten down the hatchet, and it looks like Dylan Chisholm is out there for inning number 7 on the mound.
Yeah, he's going for the complete game here. He's been excellent. Only giving up 2 hits.
5 strikeouts, as I recall, as well, and also give a lot of credit to the defense behind him. This infield has done the job. The outfield hasn't seen a whole lot of fly balls come their way, but when they have come their way, they've done the job.
Looks like we got a couple pinch hitters coming up for Leo.
Now, this is Drudy who's stepping to the plate.
And then it looks like number 15 is on deck.
Number 15 is Jace Podlinsny. For Leo, this is rally cap time.
Drudy had a nice hit last time at bat.
It was a single that he hit to right center field, put runners on the corners, but Leo was not able to take advantage. Drudy has been struggling at the plate this year, but he showed last year that he was a plenty capable hitter. And of course, there's still plenty of season left to play. You've still got a good chunk of May and sectional playoffs certainly in June, but Leo's hoping to get beyond sectionals. They got to the sectional championship last year and lost to Bishop Dwenger. Norwell met Dwenger in regionals and knocked him off. Meanwhile, Chisholm behind in the count 2-1. On the ground, foul. It's going to be an interesting play if that had stayed fair, but Jolly doesn't need to worry about that just yet. Again, it's Blackhawk Christian versus Lakewood Park coming up about 7 o'clock. May start a little bit later than 7. That's up, ball 3. Full count here on Patrick Drudy. Swing and a miss. Chisholm gets the strikeout.
Yeah, Chisholm just gassed him with the high fastball. Chisholm has been really good tonight.
That's the first time Drudy's been retired in this ball game. And here is Jace Pedlinsny. Pedlinsny is a junior, listed at 6 foot flat.
He's hitting .250. 3 hits on the year, 3 RBIs. The lefty.
I think he's the only lefty to come to the plate for Leo in this ball game. Butcher's a righty, Robinson, Reneker, Abbott, Drudy, Keeler, Reynolds, Mitchell, Schrock, all right-handed batters.
Yeah, he started off with a breaker. Now he comes back with a fastball, and it's a 1-1 count now.
He's batting in Jaden Keeler's spot. That is Tanner Reynolds on deck, batting in his usual spot. And that's taken for a called strike, 1-2.
Looks like an NECC.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Chisholm.
Thad, it seems like Chisholm's just getting stronger as the game goes on. Pumping the velocity.
Yeah, you'll see pitchers wear down sometimes as the game goes on, but Chisholm has picked up the strikeouts, especially this inning. He's up to 7 for the game.
Looks like Lures and Snyder 6-4.
Lures was up 5-0, so still up, but Snyder's making their way back in that one, it sounds like.
Garrett's up 4-0 on Central Noble in the NECC tournament.
That's unless that game's over. Does it say a final on that Lewis-Snyder game?
It does not. It still says it's live. We did get the earlier start. The 4:30 start is non-typical in high school baseball. Usually it's a 5:30 start.
Yeah, trying to get 2 games in here at the PSM Classic. That's grounded toward third through the glove of Jolly. And Reynolds is going to reach base, and there is life for the Lions.
Yeah, only the second error for Norwell there. It's a tough play for the third baseman to come in and make that play. It's probably going to be a pretty close play at first base. Jolly had to come up with it clean and make a good throw, so they do score it as an error.
Yeah, Castle wouldn't have had an easy throw had he fielded it, but his body would have already been square to throw to first. I think that's Colton Mitchell. That's a ground ball to the left side. Castle backhands, goes the long way. He got him! Castle doing yeoman's work from short, and the Knights are your winner. I'd call that an appropriate ending just because of how well Castle has played at short in this ball game. That's worth another look. I'll go ahead and show it to you one more time. The strong arm from Caden Castle. Getting the final out for the Norwell Knights. As that ball was put in a good spot. That was actually Drew Breida at the plate, but a good throw from Castle. And Clark with a good stretch from first base as the Norwell Knights are your winner in game number 1 here at the Parkview Sports Medicine Baseball Classic. And it's time to recognize our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game. And I think there's 3 guys worthy of the honor today. Dylan Chisholm for his complete game on the mound. Caden Castle for his great defensive work at short. He also came up with 2 RBIs. And Will Case also came up with an RBI and 4 hits, 4 for 5 on the day. Will Case, Caden Castle, and Dylan Chisholm, your Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game. An outstanding game. The Norwell Knights win this one 8-1. Steve, any final thoughts before we get ready for our next game?
Well, I mean, the key word for Norwell was execution. They executed first and third well. They executed bunts. They just played really sound ball, and the mistakes just continued to add up for Leo, and they were never able to really make a dent into the deficit, and Norwell just wins handily 8-1. Just a great performance by Norwell overall, offensively, defensively, and on the mound.
The Norwell Knights, your winner, 8-1. They go to 8-5 on the year. Leo falls to 5-2, and we'll have Black Hawk Christian versus Lakewood Park coming up next. Until then, for Steve Orth and my cameraman Matt Jackson, this is Thad Goff saying see you in a few minutes from here at Parkview Field.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action